Yeah, so we have a jazz festival, Fry Festival going on right now. The LA Jazz Festival has turned into dubbed as the Fry Festival out here because basically they canceled the jazz festival at the last minute and didn't tell any of the musicians. Mind you, this is an international jazz festival. This is the first year that they're doing it, and it's supposed to be countywide. So when I was talking to the founder of the jazz festival back in May, he was like, "We're doing jazz pop-ups at the park, we're doing this, we're doing that." Like, it was a whole thing. And then the final weekend, this coming weekend, is supposed to be the final 2 days where they have like John Legend and Janelle Monae and all these other people for a jazz festival. Although, John Legend in the past gave jazz, but he gives pop
Not
now.
jazz musicians.
Yeah, it's just like,
Were
okay,
you there
anyways.
like for like photography purposes, or were you there as a
Photography.
photography
Yeah.
purposes?
So
Okay.
it was like my friend, I'm working for my, well, part-time working with my friend's nonprofit news outlet. So she has me doing like all sorts of things, mostly social and photography, but like sometimes I'll like write stuff just to fill the hours, whatever. So that's what that was my story to cover, and then this blew up in our faces because he didn't like, there was people flying out from Japan, from the East Coast, everywhere to do these small like pop-ups around the city for like 2-3 weeks, and literally didn't say anything. Not a word, not a peep. The only reason people found out that it was canceled was because they found out through a Zoom call that he had held, and that was it. Like,
Bye,
there was
bye, bye. Oh, this is Shelby,
and this is Jess.
and welcome to the League of Extraordinary Readers. I'm not doing that with her. I'm not doing that with her. I'm not because what are you talking to me about?
I promise you, it's the
Some
most
Zoom
bizarre
meeting?
thing.
What?
Yeah. Mm. So the good thing, well, the caveat to this is my friend Jocelyn, who does Black Events LA, she decided to put on a full week of jazz pop-ups to help the musicians that
Okay,
were
so they had
impacted.
somewhere to. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So like but it still sucks because not even like, I guess like, it's some other like political tea as well.
Right.
It's messy, but I was just so flabbergasted because like, wow, like you, like he really put on a show and just was like, yeah, it's canceled. Apparently he didn't pay people like nothing.
It makes me. There are a lot more scammers in the world than people like to believe, and I think um we live in a world where people um want to give the benefit of the doubt to the wrong people. Um and I think this unfortunately is an example of that.
It
Um
is. It
because
definitely
there are
is.
scammers everywhere, and you need to be vigilant of that. You need to be aware that they are
You
everywhere.
do. It's like you're disguising yourself behind this whole entire festival.
Right, behind art that
Yeah,
people are it's
passionate
people's
about. Like, yeah.
livelihoods. They're passionate about it. And it's one thing for something to fall through because of like extraneous circumstances, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you being
Yeah.
irresponsible, that's
Yeah. It is crazy. So there's that. But nonetheless, how was your week with, all the things for you?
uh nothing is coming to mind.
Mm.
Everything has been a blur of I don't feel good. I'm in
Mm,
pain. I don't feel good, and I'm in pain. That's just been my life the last few
yeah.
weeks. So nothing is really coming to mind for real. I think the last time we recorded, it was leading up to my mom's surprise birthday party. That was a success.
Yeah.
Um, but I think having to plan all of that put me in a place where I just don't really feel good because it was on the heels of we had just gotten back from Ohio and then
Hmm.
moving into planning a party and posting YouTube videos every day and reading and working and editing and doing still like trying to function highly. It just all caught up with me. So I don't feel good. And then
Hmm.
it's hard not feeling well, being in pain, and then having your doctor say, well, all your blood work is fine.
Yeah.
So what am I making it up?
Like,
Like,
you think I'm over here just thinking, oh, let me just make all this stuff up to come to you to spend more money to give me,
right, you
like,
think
to
I
tell.
want to be in here talking to you, girl? I would rather not. You think I
Yeah.
want y'all to be taking blood from me? I hate getting blood work done because I am not an easy stick. So they
Yeah.
always have to use me like a pincushion. So I'm like, I would prefer not to be sitting in front of you. Like I would rather not be doing all of this stuff.
Hmm.
Um, so that's just it's frustrating. Like even earlier today, like all this week I've been like not steady on my feet, like stumbling.
Yeah.
And my mom, I can see it in her eyes, like it's freaking her out because she's just like, just sit down somewhere. And I'm trying to just be as normal as I can be, like
Hmm.
trying to, but it's so,
Is it, do you feel like it's a combination of burnout just in general, and then on top of like everything that we've talked about personally?
yes, I do. I think it's a
Okay.
combination of both. Like, I think th- I
Hmm.
needed, I need a break, and that is
Hmm.
exacerbating all of the other stuff.
Yeah. It's like I was having this conversation again with Jocelyn, and we were both saying the energy feels like in the air. And I feel like I'm not sure if you can feel this as well, but especially out here, the energy feels like everybody is tired.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody, like, I wrote an email to a photographer friend reached out to me to ask for photos from an exhibition that we did 2 years ago. And she was like, how are you? Like, I hope all is well. I was like, girl, I'm just holding on. And she's like, same. I feel it. Everybody's like, I feel
Yes.
it. And
Yes.
it's like, he's just like, we're creating and we're existing and we come on here to talk, and it's great. I'm not complaining about that. It's just everybody is tired. And
Yeah.
you can
But I
feel it,
also
like
feel
literally.
like on the cusp of like it feels like something is coming, like something good is
Yeah.
coming. Like I also feel that. Like I feel like I'm in this space where
Mhm.
I've like right before something really big happens. So I'm also
Mhm.
just trying to stay calm, stay open. Like goodness still happens when things feel
Mhm.
uncertain, right? Like I cannot feel well and still be open to joy and to love and abundance and all of
Yeah.
those things. Like there's still space for goodness even when, right?
Yeah.
So today was just one of those days where I was like, I could have gotten up
Mhm.
and recorded some videos today. I didn't have it mentally or physically to do so. So I just I got up. I made something to eat, which
Mhm.
was funny because I'm intermittent fasting,
Yeah.
and I was leading up to. So my first meal is usually at 12 o'clock. It was
Mhm.
like 11:30, and I was just like getting stuff together, and I had made like a cucumber and onion little like salad.
Yeah.
It was maybe like 11:45, and I'm just sitting there eating it, and I said, "Girl, what time is it?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I just today was a slow day. Like I just was like, you know what, this is just what it is today because, yeah, my
Mhm.
body said no.
Absolutely. And I think you should always listen to your body, listen to your mind. I think we also overachieve, like try to overachieve and try to work past these like thoughts, but it's like as you get older, it's like rest is
Right.
needed to really push the needle of what you want to do. Because like
Yes.
sometimes, like when I don't feel like recording a video, I'm like, oh, I don't want to record the video, but I need to, and then I'm like, I'm gonna be behind. But then I'm like, it's okay, relax.
Right.
When you're in, it's
You know,
fine.
I posted like I made a YouTube short that was like some older content and I just recycled it and it's
Yeah.
getting like a whole bunch of views and that made me think like I don't always have to record something new. I can use like stuff like that. Like I need to keep that in mind too that if I'm not sitting down to record long form
Mm-hmm.
content, I can use older like B-roll to make other things
Stuff.
as well.
Hmm.
But it's just,
Energy.
I did
Yeah. No. Mm-hmm.
definitely. I did read the Book of Chuck. That's very good. I finished that.
Mm-hmm. Not much after
Phenomenal.
that.
No, I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
I'm really going to read anything else after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything else seems dull. I really wish she was doing like a full book tour. Like I wonder why she isn't. Because I have so many questions. Because how did we get in a cult, sister? How do we get there? How do we get to people drinking lean
Yeah.
in the 70s, girl? What are we talking about?
Okay. Now I like
What are
I
we talking about?
yeah.
Like she never ceases to amaze me.
Mm-hmm.
I read it with Toya
Mm-hmm.
and I think Toya read Holler Child.
Yeah, she
Um
commented on I think my video saying she read Holler Child.
right. So
Yeah.
this was her first Latoya Watkins novel
Novel. Mm-hmm.
and she was like blown away. And then
Mm-hmm.
immediately after she read Parrish. And we were talking earlier and she was like,
Whoa.
Shelby.
She's on
Like,
a
wow.
roll.
Yeah. She was like, one, I need something light and fluffy, but she also was just like, wow, wow. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I be trying to tell people like if I don't do nothing, I can recommend a very good book
Well, Toya slept
because
on. People don't think too much about her, but listen, I hope this is the one that people really just say, let me lock in.
yeah,
Let
I
me
was
lock
talking
in.
to Wale too
Mm-hmm.
because I said to Wale same thing. I said, "How do we get in a cult, sister?" Like that, that aspect of it I wasn't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like a cult. Like how did we?
Mm. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was she just generational
Yeah.
trauma is her thing. She keeps reinventing the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I feel about Latoya Watkins the same way that I feel about Beyonce, where every time Beyonce puts out an album, every time Beyonce goes on tour, I think, how does she top this?
Mm-hmm.
And she comes back with
And
something
she does
better
it.
every time. She just does it. And I don't know. I honestly don't know how she does it, right?
Yeah.
Like this has to be how people felt with Toni Morrison like in those beginning days. Or how we feel about Jasmine Ward with the same thing where it's like Jasmine Ward gives us stuff and it's just like how do we but
Yeah.
it's like I think the difference with Jasmine Ward there isn't the same sense of longing for me that I get after a Latoya Watkins book, and I don't know how to explain it. Like I think Jasmine Ward wraps things up in a way where I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I
You
don't know
don't
how to
have
explain it.
to wonder what she's saying, or is that what you're saying, or like you don't have to
Oh,
wonder too much.
no, it's not that. It's like the endings of Jasmine Ward's works are very finite to me. Like,
Yeah.
and not in a
Mm-hmm.
bad way, but
Mm-hmm.
they're just like, I don't know, that's the end, and I know she's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's gonna be good. But I like Latoya Watkins, like I close her books and I immediately like, okay, what now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do I do now? Right? Like,
Yeah.
where do the same with Toni Morrison. Like, you close the Toni Morrison book and you be like,
Yeah.
so it's like, my experience with Jesmyn Ward is a little bit different than LaToya Watkins, but I do hold them in the same regard because they are my favorites, both of them, for similar and different reasons. But I feel like it would be, the book just came out on Tuesday, and I feel like it would be wrong of me to ask, but I kind of want to say, so are you working on the next book? Because like what now,
She
girl?
probably is. You never know.
What now, sister? Because I've read everything that you wrote.
Yeah. Completed everything.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing that I probably need to do is scour the internet for essays. But I've read the thing.
Yeah.
So, the Book of Chuck is
one of one. We'll get into it next week for sure.
I don't even know what to compare it. Well, I compared it to Zeal by Morgan Jerkins. I did compare it to The Seven Daughters of Dupree. Zeal, because it has a similar cadence, it jumps around in a similar way. Seven Daughters of Dupree, because it's questioning family secrets in a similar way. I don't know that Morgan or Nikisha are touching LaToya in style and technique. Maybe Morgan could. I think if there was such thing as a writing competition and we had to put the girls to the test, I think Morgan could hold her own.
Yeah.
But if I had to put two and two side by side, it would be Jesmyn Ward and LaToya Watkins are bar for bar. And then underneath that, Morgan would be somewhere to me.
In there.
So those were the two that came to mind in subject matter, just to kind of give people an idea. Like, if you liked these books, you'll probably like the Book of Chuck. But the Book of Chuck is deep.
Yeah.
Like, it's stuff in there that
yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Yeah. Which, with any LaToya Watkins book, that is to be expected. Yeah.
So I know I've read other things.
You said something in our chat with me and Sarah about, what's that book called?
Oh, Vigil? That kind of went in one eye and out the other. Not really. It was good, but it's a tiny book, but it's kind of like a weird book. But it's one of those books where I feel like you either have to immersive read it or you need to listen to the audiobook, because reading it with your eyes, you have to really be able to understand the cadence, or be able to pick up the cadence of a book and understand that there are multiple voices happening. And that, like, we're dealing with ghosts and the afterlife and all this other stuff.
Your headphones, did they go out?
Oh, I turned my head. Is that what happened?
No, it went out mid-talk. I didn't want to interrupt you, but it just went out.
Oh, it's probably because I turned my head. I was looking
okay.
towards mommy, and the whatchamacallit is right here. So it's about a guy who is a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. He's dying. And we meet the spirit that is sent to usher him into the afterlife. But as she is doing this, there are other spirits that are coming to remind him that he wasn't all that great. That, like, because he is like, well, I'm proud of myself and all that I've accomplished, and I did all this good stuff. And they like, no, like, you weren't actually a good person. And at the same time, so, like, as she's trying to help him transition, she is also understanding that she has to let go of her life as a human in order to do her job well.
Yeah.
So it's this, like, interesting conversation about, like, the afterlife and, like,
interesting,
what that means. And so on and so forth. That wasn't terrible. I think I finished that other book that I'm trying to block out from my memory. Yeah, I did. So I listened to a book called Falcon the Football Player. That was just like a it was a romance. It's about Beloved. She falls in love with, she catches her her best friend slash roommate sleeping with her boyfriend in her apartment. I mean, and rightfully so, she beat that bitch's ass. Rightfully so. While the girl was naked in the front yard, rightfully so. But then she falls in love. She it's like a fake dating trope where her brother, who's a football player's best friend, who is also a football player. But he needs, I forget, I think because he's known as like a player or whatever, he has sex with this girl who like leaks their sex tape and tries to make it seem like he like forced himself on her, which is not what happened. So he needs to fix his reputation. She needs to fix her reputation because a video leaked to her beating this girl's ass in the front yard naked leaks. So they start fake dating to try to like make him seem like he's actually a lover boy, and to her like goody two shoes or whatever. But they've always had a crush on each other but didn't date because of her brother. So that was that. And then dang, I forgot. I didn't see you the screenshot of the girl on Threads that told me that I was Afrophobic because I said I didn't like Die For Me. And the author is Nigerian, I think.
No.
Y'all, we started this recording with me saying I don't have anything to talk about because I simply did not have anything to talk about.
We are down a rabbit hole. No, you did not.
That lady was cussing me out because I said I was so bored. Then she was getting mad because I kept calling the male main character in this book a vampire. He's not a vampire. He's like the succubus or whatever. Either way. So at first, I put that this was the most boring romance about an immortal creature I've ever read. And people were asking me what book. So I put it in the comments. Because what the author gonna do? Come beat me up? What's she gonna do? Fight me? I said what it was.
She just might. The girls are threatening to fight nowadays. Listen,
they don't know that my real life bodyguard, my mother, be lurking in my comments, so she could try if she want to. But Gate, when I tell you, y'all don't understand that my mother be in my comments like, is this your friend y'all playing, or do I need to? Who is this? My mommy legit be like, who is this? The other Jessica almost got cussed out a couple times. I'll be like, no. That's my friend. That's my friend. So
that's why she got
I was just like, right. So it tells the story of this cardiologist, how she meets this younger guy at her, how do I even describe who the wedding is for? So she's best friends with this couple that gets divorced, and she's the godmother of their child. So her ex, she's still best friends with, let's say me, you, and AJ are all best friends. And you and AJ break up, and AJ gets married, and I go to AJ's wedding.
Oh, it's one of those.
But you and I are still friends. I don't know how to say that. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So the new woman that he marries, her male best friend is this younger guy, and they start flirting or whatever. She's against it at first because age gap, and I don't want to mess with someone younger. But immediately it's like hot and heavy, but nothing is really happening. Like, she's a cardiologist. We spend a lot of time in the cath lab. We spend a lot of time like them like almost hunching, whatever. And like these instances where we like hint at him being immortal, but not really going into depth about what he is. Now, what I think this actually should have been is not necessarily a romance. It should have just been like a horror, like labeled fantasy, because I don't think that the relationship was the whole plot point here. And that was my issue with the book. I feel like if we're gonna be a book about a romance, especially with an immortal creature, there are just things that we should hint at. In the same way that people say that Wuthering Heights is not a romance. I think that's a bad analogy because you've never read Wuthering Heights. I'm trying to think of something else. Okay. the ethics series, right? How the girls
Mm-hmm.
like to say that's women's fiction.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think in the same way, I think this was miscategorized. I think the
Oh.
author was trying to write something different and
And then they got,
through
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So for me, what I was looking for wasn't in the book. So if
Mm.
you're gonna tell me that it's a romance, especially with a creature, it should be a romance with a creature, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the expectations. That's why people get mad at the synopsis, because sometimes the synopsis be far left than what it actually is. And we're not necessarily mad at the author. We'd really be mad. Well, it depends, because if you're in the author, you writing that synopsis. But if it's the publisher, then that's a whole other story.
Right. So I
Yeah.
someone was like, this can't be the same book that I read. So I was like, yo, I'm glad that you had a good experience with this book, but I just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh well, it's like genre bending and it's this and it's that. And I was like, I can see why you feel this way, but like I don't think any of that was done well to me. Like I feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot of repetition. I feel like it just is not whatever. And it was like she was trying to convince me that this book was great. And I was like, why don't you just shut the fuck up and stop trying to convince me of something that you like you can like it. It's fine. Oh, you black book threads people, y'all always so Afrophobic and xenophobes because
Now, how did we get here, guys? You just said you didn't like the book, and because of X, Y, and Z, now she's saying that you're
but
Afrophobic.
then the author said, hold on, because I sent it to Toya because me and Toya had similar like feelings about the book where it was like the book wasn't bad, it just wasn't what it was. So somebody commented and said maybe I'm too healed, but Die For Me reads more like a horror story slash cautionary tale than a romance. Is this supposed to be a romance? I'm halfway through the story, mind you. I'm genuinely scared for Sean. I want her to stay away from this man. The author responded and said, as the author, this is a correct way to read Die For Me. So why is it labeled as a romance?
Yeah.
Go to hell, girl. Then she says, this is the correct way to read Die For Me, which asks and hopefully answers, can you find true love, healthy love with your apex predator? By using and subverting tropes in paranormal romance, a genre which the predator slash prey dynamic is more explicit. It's an
Well
allegory
then.
for loving men in a patriarchy. I've noticed that readers who aren't attracted to men and those who've experienced coercive control pick it up more. So I blocked her too. Because
Shelby's block list is the long as your grocery list.
me and
Maybe
Ty
even longer.
me and Ty going neck for neck. I know we are, because Ty got people blocked that I've been had blocked for years. But I'm just like, it really felt like she wasn't brave enough
Mm-hmm.
to just write the literary horror. Write the horror. Write the horror where the succubus sucks the life out of her. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
that could involve a sex scene or two too. They can hunch in that. Be brave and just write the book that you actually want to write. But you have it in your mind that your target audience only reads romance, right? You have it in your mind that you can only tell the story of a predator and prey in only a specific way. The reader isn't the issue here.
Yeah.
So Die For Me can go to hell. Because that was a waste of my little $18. Because I bought the book because the cover is beautiful. And then somebody in the Discord was asking me about it. I said the best thing about the goddamn book is the cover.
The cover
Pissed me
is
off.
great.
The cover is
The
gorgeous.
cover is great.
Call me goddamn Afrophobic.
I remember
I was like,
you.
I don't even think that's
Yeah.
a fucking word.
Because I
Making
remember you
shit
were
up.
talking about it, and you were like, I just want to try to finish it to see where it lands.
And
And
it
I
was
was
just,
like, yeah.
there's a happily ever after. But it
Okay.
really felt like it wanted to be something else. Like I felt the same way when I read that book, Masquerade by Sangayomi, where they were like, "Oh, it's a fantasy book," and it was like, "Where is the fantasy?" It was magical
It
realism at best.
came and went.
It was like 2 pages where it was like some ghosts on the page. I was like, that's it. Where's the fantasy? Ain't a dragon,
Nothing.
a spell, a curse, or nothing.
There's no like nothing at all just to make it a little fantasy at most.
Right. So, that's. Oh, I did read this book
All
called
the
Study
books are
Guide
coming back
last
to
night
you. Mm-hmm.
by Sasha Pendit. Is her, well, I guess her name is Sasha, but her whole thing is Sasha Pendit. And this is an erotica that is going to be a part of a collection that she is calling the curriculum. And yeah, I think everybody should read it. I think that's going to be required reading for the next man that calls himself wanting to date me. If you would like to know what my thighs smell like, you have to read that book first.
That book is. Oh, I have seen this one. Wow, the cover is beautiful.
Yeah, the second one is out. It came out today. It's called Office Hours.
Mm.
Yeah. That was I feel like calling it an erotica is remiss.
It's doing a disservice.
Yeah, because there's so much that can be learned from it. Like the conversation that it's having. But I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the girls are gonna read it and they're just gonna be caught up in the sex of it all.
Yeah.
Like they always are.
Ooh, I have to add that.
Yeah. I enjoyed it so much that I actually bought it.
Like actually, but yeah, yeah.
But yeah. And this, like I said, Office Hours came out too.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that floating around on online and stuff.
So we'll see how the second one is. And it's supposed to be, I can't find the, hold on a second, because I sent the link to, I really be reading text messages that I send to people back, and I really just be saying anything that comes to my mind. That's crazy. I told Brittany that somebody looked like, I said her man built like in 2 years she gonna be telling us that he spent all her money.
Why did you say that?
Because I don't even know who these people are. The video just popped up on my timeline and they moving out of the
Mm-hmm.
country. And I said, he built like in a couple of years, she gonna be telling us that it was all her money that they spent to do this move and that he moved them to whatever island they on now just so that he could cheat and shit and play video games. Anyway, the curriculum is supposed to be 6 novellas, 6 questions you'll never answer the same way twice. Black women exploring desire on their own terms, what they want, what they are capable of, and what they refuse to apologize for. Each book is a standalone lesson in sexual awareness, discovery, and acceptance, set in Atlanta, unapologetic, unforgettable. This isn't romance, this is liberation. Enroll at your own risk.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I'll
no, the
have to
first one was
download
very,
it.
very interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
definitely
looks
gonna be
good.
required reading.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe I need to make that a video. Books to read before you
Required.
date me.
That's a good one. There you
That's
go. You got a video right there. Content.
books to read before you date
Mm-hmm.
me. And it could honestly be a series.
You could. Because it will evolve regardless.
Right, like, because I kind of need one specifically for romance, but I also need one specifically for erotica. I need one specifically for, like, lit
Mm-hmm.
fic, you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Not dating me come with a syllabus. Anyway, how was your
Well,
week?
it was all right. It was busy. It was a busy week. So reading wise, I am taking my time with Ken. I love it. It's a great time.
Have you tried yet?
Uh, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Um, well, I did shed a tear when what part of the book? When she found out, was it Vernice? No, it's not Vernice. What's the other girl's name? Oh my gosh. It's right
Type
there.
it so that you don't spoil it for nobody.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'll just text you about it. But yes, I shed a tear at one part of the book.
Okay.
Um, I'll tell you what I was like. Dang, like because I've been like, so here's the thing. I've been reading about mothers a lot. The last 2 weeks, no, actually 3 4 weeks. So I read Song of Solomon, even though it's not necessarily mothers. Um, beautiful, like wow. Just I still haven't sorted all my thoughts about Song of Solomon, but Tony is one of one. And I really do enjoy, I think that's my favorite so far. It was
Okay.
so eclectic, it was so funny, it was engaging. The ending was like, oh, okay. You know how Tony ends things. Like it's gonna hit
Right.
with a bang. But I enjoyed it a lot. Um it's a good lesson on style, and I could see where with Kin, now that I'm reading Kin, where a lot of the style and the verbiage and the conversations that are happening within Kin in terms of like how she's making things, like with the humor and wit of it all, I can see where she gets that influence from the Song of Solomon. But then I can also see where the influence is with Sula. But then bring in, finished Breath Eyes Memory, and I can see also inspiration in Sula. I can see a little bit of like Kin and Breath Eyes Memory, even though Breath Eyes Memory came way before, obviously. But there's similarities that I see. So I love Kin. Breath Eyes Memory, Chef's Kiss as well. I think it was just so ahead of its time because of the subject matter. And how Edwidge just pretty much structured the whole entire thing. The whole entire book was just phenomenal to me, because there was one point in time there was vignettes, and it's like moving super quick and you're like, whoa, what's happening here? Like it shifted. But then when you get to the shift, you're like, oh, I see what's happening here. It's a really great look at how generational trauma, especially when it comes to mothers, well, women in the family, how that transcends from the matriarch of the family all the way down to, at the moment, the youngest, and who's going to break that curse. How is that curse going to get broken? And it also brings up a lot of questions culturally, where you're thinking, wow, how did this she did say in the, because I read the back of the book, because I had the 20th anniversary one. She did say like she got a lot of flack for that book because of how taboo, and how, like, again, she's talking about therapy, Santeria, in Haitian culture, something that don't
You're supposed
fly.
to shut up, right? You're supposed to be
Yeah.
quiet about the family business.
Yeah. And that's what I appreciate about her, is that she talks about aspects of, like, for me growing up in South Florida, having mostly Haitian friends and being around Haitians a lot, like my aunt is also Haitian. I know mostly Haitians that are, especially in South Florida, coming to America are Christian or Catholic of sorts. But when you mention voodoo of sorts, it's all, don't even, no, absolutely not. Don't talk about it. And she talks about things that I know everyday Haitians would probably be like, absolutely not. Nowadays, yes, but back when she wrote it in 94, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Um it's not flying. And I love how she honors her culture very beautifully through putting different, like, details in about, like, you can almost taste it. You almost feel like you are there in that moment. And I love how she does that. Like, she really does transport you to that time. And I like the subtle, like I was telling in my video, I mentioned that, well, I think in the caption, whatever. She mentions death, and she mentions Krik Krak in her book.
Oh,
And
Sarah
those,
just sent. I meant to tell you. So Sarah just texted us and said, um, Jessica, look how spot on your is it death and breath
yeah.
eyes memory link is from the
Oh,
new Lit
yeah.
Hub interview is. So it says sometimes I think of Magnolia from Death as the heir to my earlier characters, a descendant of the women in my debut novel, Breath Eyes Memory.
Period. Yes, because it's so, she mentioned it and I was like, I wonder, was this intentional, or maybe it wasn't at the time but she revisited it. I don't know. But I was like, oh, interesting. So, yeah, I liked it. I think everybody should read it. I think it's in the same class as Kin and Their Eyes Were Watching God and Sula, like all those type of books. If you're looking for dynamics of mothers and womanhood and motherhood and all that stuff.
Put a pin in Their Eyes Were Watching God. Because somebody made a
Okay.
comment on one of my videos. Yeah. And
Uh-uh.
I was like,
Hmm.
are we reading Their Eyes Were Watching God like it's a romance?
There's no way.
Yes. And like, that's why I said put a pin in it, because we can come back to that.
Yeah, we got. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, yeah. I love Breath Eyes Memory. I think that's where people should start with her catalog.
Okay.
Just to get so far that's what her fiction catalog. After reading, I think I'm on my fourth book, Farming of Bones, Everything Inside, Krik Krak, Breath Eyes Memory. Yeah, 4. So yeah, I think I really do enjoy her work. It's great. It's a great time. Me and Kara, we're eating up. I think our next one will probably be Death because it comes out like next week, and I gotta know what the people are saying. Like, what's happening? Because everybody's saying it's.
I need to see where is she gonna be? So
She's gonna be in New York. She's at the Center of Fiction
Center for
on.
Fiction?
Yeah, Center for Fiction. I'm sorry. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see, because I'm gonna need tickets for that.
Yeah, I think she's coming. Yep, here it is.
Well, you know what? With my
And she's
aunt,
gonna be yeah, September 11th. She's
September
gonna be
11th.
she's gonna be in conversation with Monique Trung.
Yes. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm not. I know why. I gotta double check that with my mother, because we leave the next morning.
Okay.
So I
Oh
gotta
yeah,
double
that is
check with
right.
her
Yeah,
if
that is
if
right.
that makes sense for us to do. Because on the opposite end, I really do want to go for Marlon James.
She's having on Wednesday, November 4th, a single session reading group exploring. Oh no, that's not with her. I thought if she was going to be present for it. Somebody else is going to be leading their reading group for Death.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna talk to mom about that, because I really want to go to. I want to see Marlon James. If I could see him at the Center for Fiction, that would be great. And then,
when does
2
he
days
come for
later,
you guys?
September 9th. So we'll be back to back. We'd be there twice in a week, which is not crazy. We've done that before.
Yeah.
And then I still need to get tickets for Disha.
Okay. Yeah, she's coming for me. Was it September 16th this whole time? Thank good I looked again. Because I thought it was a different date. I didn't book anything, but I'm like, September 16th? Okay, whatever. Who's Darnell Moore? Who's that? Darnell. I've never heard of him. Have you heard of him? What
It doesn't
books?
sound familiar.
He's an American writer activist. What has he written?
Darnell L. Moore.
Yeah.
He looks very familiar.
Yeah, I just don't know what books he's. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll find out, but he's going to be in conversation with him. Oh, he's the vice president of inclusion and strategy for Netflix. Interesting. I'm seeing. I want to see how that goes. Okay. But what else did I read? I definitely clicked out the small screen and thought I lost you.
I saw your face, and I'm keeping that in the recording, because you were like,
I was like, wait, did I log out? I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm gonna start the misconnection
that's so
after
cute.
Kin, and of course the book I shot.
People were laughing at me in my most recent YouTube video where I did my July reading wrap up, because I told them that the summer girlfriend could have been an email, and people were like, "Oh my god, we felt the same way," and I'm like, the misconnection is so the better book.
Because all I see. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you about the corner silence. I'll explain that in a second. But where are these people that feel like it should have been an email? Because I only see praise for this
I
book.
think when I say things like honestly like that,
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives them the courage to it gives them
Just say
space
it.
to be honest too. Because they're I think people are afraid to say it. And I can understand why they are afraid to, especially on the cusp of like this girl coming out to apologize about the whole Capone Jaquel
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they still is dragging that girl. But right.
It's a lot.
So it's
It's a
like
lot.
people are afraid to like say what their feelings are because they see how other people are treated when they share their feelings, which I
Yeah.
don't think they're wrong.
Which is fair because people do be eating others up for their love for authors. And it just be a lot. It just is a lot. Um but okay. The coroner's silence. I need to make a video about it. I'm still reeling from all the facts that is happening in this book, but it is an excellent analysis. Like, our justice system is so deeply rooted in racism down to death science. Like, I knew that, but I didn't know to the extent that they were going. So in this book, he breaks down literally the history of coroners and how they were established. And then when you come into modern day history of like how the government has mandated and chooses like the difference between a coroner, death investigator, and a medical examiner. Coroners at one point, I'm trying to make sure I have all my information because that book was loaded. Coroners at one point, it used to be where us as citizens would work with the coroner to solve the mystery of who killed who. We kind of see that in movies and stuff that
Right.
are period pieces. But now, fast forward, they started saying, well, somebody needs to have some medical history, not medical experience to do these examinations. So they gave that to medical examiners, and now coroners have more political power versus how they normally were helping the public discover and figure out who killed who. So now you have coroners who are just, in office technically, and then medical examiners are the ones that actually do the actual autopsy, and then death investigators are the ones that do the on the ground, boots on the ground investigation of all the things. And I never thought
Now,
it's
okay, who's the author of this one again?
Terrence Keel.
Kee?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is making this this is all information like if you don't know, you don't know.
Literally, it's mind blowing. And
Also, it's making me I've been
mhm.
meaning to tell you about this show called Furious. You need to watch that.
I think did I see that on HBO? Was it HBO?
Hulu. Hulu. The other
Hulu.
H.
Okay.
The other H.
Yes. Oh, is it a show or no?
It's a
That's a
show.
movie. This is it. Okay, here we go. Okay, bet. Ooh. Okay. But yeah, there's so much information in this book. And it just is in summary talking about he goes from there after giving a historical evidence of how coroners are directly in the weeds of impacting how cases are determined in the end by omitting different information, covering up different stuff. And he talks about different cases within the state of California, because he's a California based author. And he does research with UCLA. Like he goes through different investigations, and he teaches and all the things. So he goes through all these cases and dissects them about where the underlying racism is within these cases when it comes to the death investigation. I said, okay, black man, this
Okay,
is
black man.
this is some crazy stuff I never thought about. Like, I am still like, I was over here like, what? Okay, this is
Yeah, I might need to pick up a copy of that this weekend. Cause
you should.
that
It's
sounds
something
very
it's not getting talked about enough. I'm going to figure out, when I started recording my video, I was talking way too much because it was so much information I'm trying to make in like a 2-minute video. It ended up being 18 minutes. I was like, all right, this might go on YouTube at this point because
Right.
it's just a lot. It's just like, I'm going to figure out a format because I know the short form people will love it. So I want to make sure that extends out. But that might be a YouTube video on its own because it's just so much information, good information. And lastly, I started my blanking on it. Waterbearers. The Waterbearers. Beautiful so far. Love it. It's great. I see what you're talking about so far. So I want to save that for a conversation another day. But I'm enjoying that. I like it a lot.
Good.
See, the mothers are surrounding me right now with all these books.
Yes, there's a lot about mothers around you.
Yes.
And I think the Book of Chuck is going to extend that because I think Chuck is a catalyst. Chuck is a catalyst. Okay. That book, it made me think about my dad so much. Like, I think that's what a lot of my tears were. I think a part of it was my grief, but a part of it was me empathizing with my dad. And a lot of the things that he wasn't able to do or to say or to empathize. Yeah. Or to like find out about himself or heal in himself. And to be so sick all his life and still trying to parent the best that he could. Like, there's something about him dying that took away the responsibility of him being my parent. And I just see him differently now. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't see him, and I don't know if that is a contributing factor to my spirituality, right? That if in my head I'm like, well, he's an ancestor now, right? He's like, I don't know if it's that. I don't know, but I just there's something different with how I conceptualize him now, and I feel for him differently. And I think it does have to do a lot with, if he was tangibly here, I need you, even at my big age, to be my parent. I need my adults. Yeah. No matter how old I am, I still need to be able to pick up the phone to be like, Daddy, my tire's flat and I don't know what to do, or whatever the case may be, right? And I don't know that I necessarily ever had that with my dad. I don't know that he was ever the first person that I thought to call or anything like that, right? Like, he damn sure wasn't an emergency contact for me. I would have put you as an emergency contact before I was putting my daddy down. Like, that's just the reality of things, right? Like, that's just how it was. But now that he's not here, and just thinking about, without spoiling the Book of Chuck for anyone, again, LaToya Watkins is having a conversation about generational trauma, how it is passed on to us, but how a lot of the times you don't know what you're passing on. You just don't know. You don't know. You don't realize that although the things that your parents did hurt you, right? And I'm not talking about the physical abuse, right? Or I'm not talking about the verbal abuse, but I'm talking about, let's say you were given up for adoption, or you whatever, like those sorts of things. Your parents were doing things that they thought were going to help you, and they didn't know that it wasn't. Like, they didn't know that it wasn't, and they were doing things based on their lived experience that you have no idea about because you've only known them all of your life. Yeah. And it changes when you start to think of them how you see yourself, right? Yeah. I'm just a girl. Like, my mama is just a girl. Yep. She's just a girl. She's just a girl that has kept me alive for almost 33 years and kept herself alive, right? Has done all, like, my daddy was just a boy. Yeah. He was just a boy.
That's literally it. Like, our parents are just, and when they get older, they just become more of kids. And it's just like,
But it's like
wow,
they figuring it out just like we're figuring it out. And
all the time.
I don't think that negates the things that hurt us. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that should I don't think that that should count as an apology, right?
Yeah.
But I do think that it's something that we should consider because as
Yeah.
you take in new information, your mind should change. Like you get new information and things should shift in your mind, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah. No, I can't wait to read it. And our conversation should be really, really great. Yeah.
yeah, it's a really good book.
Yeah. But other than that, other than books, nothing really like, oh my gosh, I gotta talk about it
You said
type
you
of.
had a praise
Oh,
for it, right?
yeah, I do. And I'll make it quick. So this week's praise for is going to be Derek Walcott. He is a St. Lucian um playwright and poet and was trained as a painter but turned to writing as a young man. Yes. There we go. He wrote a Odyssey, is it adaptation or a spin of the Odyssey based off of like the West Indies. He published his first poem in the local newspaper at the age of 14. 5 years later, he borrowed $200 to print his first collection of 25 poems, which he distributed on a street corner. Walcott's major breakthrough came with the collection In Green Night Poems, 1948 to 1960, a book of which celebrates the Caribbean in its history as well as investigates the scars of colonialism. And throughout a long and distinguished career, Walcott returned to those same themes of language, power, and place. His later collections include Tippolow's Hound in 2000, The Prodigal, Selected Poems, White Egrets in 2010, Morning Paramin, and he won the Nobel Prize in 1992. And that's Derek Walcott. So like a lot of people have been talking about him recently because of the Odyssey. And I've been familiar with his work. Again, like I tell you guys, I like to just randomly research people and I just come across random things. So I've known of his work for a minute, but I haven't picked up anything. And I think that'll be one of the things I pick up soon. And maybe a collection of poems. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
him.
I got that because I had never heard of it. But I think something else that I might pick up this weekend because I plan to do some depression book shopping.
Shopping. Mm-hmm.
Ulysses is supposed to be a like Odyssey retelling as well.
Is it by James Joyce? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I think I might pick that up because it's talked about in the book of Chuck.
Okay.
You can use that for her kid.
Oh,
Bookception.
yes. Mhm. Actually, I think I got mine already.
Yeah, I finished that one. I probably can use the book of Chuck for covers, like book cover design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
also am in the mood to read Anna Karenina.
Anna. Ooh, I see it. Never mind. By
But
Leo Tolstoy.
yeah.
Ooh, I like that cover. Doomed Love Affair. Well, speaking of love, let's go back to Their Eyes Were Watching God, actually.
So I did a video about Black classics, and somebody was like, I just don't like that Their Eyes Were Watching God is the depiction of love, although I know that time period, so I just can't really get with it and I was like, it's not a love story though. I'm like,
Who said that?
it's a depiction of womanhood, and at that time period, that involved romantic relationships per what women were deemed capable of, right? But
Mm-hmm.
It's not romance.
They all get like any bit of love in a book is always like this is romance, but it's not. It's just
It's
an
not.
element to the story to push the
Right. She
story
told it.
further.
Literally, she came home and was like, "Gal, let me tell you where the hell I've been at."
Like
Them hussies was talking shit cause Janie looked good in them overalls here.
yeah.
Janie old as the day is long, but her hips still wide. Okay, and that hair still down her back. And them heifers was up on that porch with them long dresses all down to their toenails.
Listen.
Hot ass dresses, they was mad. Talking shit about Janie. Janie couldn't care less.
Could care less. Where do we
And I'm
think
like, and yes, Janie thought she found love, right? Like she felt
mm-hmm.
like she had love in Tea Cake, but there was a journey to that. She chose Tea Cake, and that was what the importance of the story. She chose him, although he was knocking her head all between the Janie head touched all the walls in that cabin.
Listen.
Stole her money.
Yep. Just
So
did
like,
all sorts of stuff to her, man.
How did we get that was a romance? I don't. And I want to make this a safe space for people to ask the questions that are not all that smart. But I mean, sometimes we have to get back to telling people to shut up.
I can't believe they think that's a romance.
A love story.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, man. That is crazy to me.
Like, so what else are they misinterpreting?
It makes you think. It really does.
But then when I say to people, like, well, this is why y'all are not liking books, because y'all don't understand what genre they actually are. Like, they're not being pretentious and mean.
Yeah.
But the girls think their eyes are watching God is a romance.
I don't understand. Yeah, like, but some things need to be set straight. Like, their eyes were watching God was never a romance. It wasn't. But it's okay. Like some,
well,
it's not okay,
but
we see this is where the literacy comes in for the people comprehension.
Is also apparently a romance.
Hey,
here we are, friend.
So much going on.
We just calling books anything, okay?
And anything. It could be also to make things more appealing in their mind than what it is.
Because I really wish in YouTube comments that I could put gifts, because I really wanted to put that one. Who said that?
Yeah.
A romance girl?
Yeah.
I said you have to get that out of your head. It has nothing to do
with romance, with love. In that way. Yeah. Anyways. Right. Yeah.
Who knows what else they're miss genre in, because yeah, I meant to send you a screenshot of that yesterday, because I was like, I know you lying to me.
No.
I know.
That's crazy to me.
A romance. Which part? Because I'm like, the first one was a lesson in her thinking that she was grown. The second one was her following societal standards. The third one was her figuring out how to choose for herself. That is a journey of womanhood. Yeah. That's a journey itself.
That's literally what it is.
The men just happen to be.
They're the accessory to the story. They dare.
A romance.
Yeah. Well, on that note, friends, I don't have any more on my end. Do you have anything else?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I was gonna say email us, legalreaderspod@gmail.com, Instagram threads, legal readers. Anything we missing will be in the description box.
Yeah. And grab the book of Chuck, because we're talking about it next week, guys.
Yes.
So, bye.